Following two of the most successful individual cross-country seasons in Northeastern history, the achievements of Abigail Hassman and Ben Godish speak to their strength and determination as runners. The culmination of stellar individual seasons, both qualified for the NCAA championships this past November, looking to push themselves and their program to new heights.
At the beginning of every season, we meet with the team, we talk about goals and what we're trying to do. We're always trying to win the conference meet. We always want to improve our finish at the NCAA regional meet, and we always want to have representation at the NCAA final. We also want to build consistency at each of those meets and in each of those areas, because I believe that having consistency ultimately sets you up for those big jumps in performances and in big goals.
I guess we started off at the Bryant meet, the NASNY Invitational, which was a really good chance for a bunch of us to kind of get out there and race together. I think we accomplished what we wanted to accomplish there, just put in a competitive effort early in the season.
I think regionals went very well. We executed the plan for the most part, and for me personally, going to nationals was a great experience, and I had a lot of fun doing that. And it's all credit to my teammates and captains for helping me get there, and I would say a pretty successful season all around.
Very proud of Abby. She committed to the training plan and was committed to the race plans and did a good job of executing her race plans and had some great accomplishments, right? Of winning the ECAC championships, the NASNY invite before that, the CAA championships for the second year in a row, and was fourth at the regional championships. So just an incredible season, probably the most decorated season any Northeastern cross-country athlete has had on the women's team.
With Ben, it was always about competing in the race, at the front of the race, every week, and not necessarily just running from the front and pushing, but knowing how to compete in each individual race and letting it play out and then making the big move when it's time. We used each race as an opportunity to work on what it was going to take for him to reach the highest levels and compete at the front of every race.
Really, it was just about focusing. We know that we've done the work, and really it was just about going out there and trying to have as much fun as you can with it. I think that's an attitude that we try and bring to every meet, every race, even every practice, and I think that's our team's kind of culture, that's our identity.
Definitely super different from any other meet. It's hard to replicate that at any other meet. I think when we got there the day of the meet, all the tents are set up together, you're interacting with the other individuals that have qualified in your own tent. It's definitely a very unique experience and just really cool to be right in the midst of it with everyone else that has worked so hard to be there, throughout the whole season. And it was very cool energy just being there and a lot of excitement around the meet for sure.
It's not just the best 5K runners you're racing against in the country, it's the best 1,500 meter runners, the best 10K runners, the best 3K runners, so it's all the best runners in the United States in Division I track and field and cross country aligned together competing. And so the intensity of the race is very, very high. And I think to go out there and to beat half of the field, or more than half the field, is always a tremendous accomplishment, and she did it in her first one.
I think last year, winning the CAA meet, that was sort of the first step I took, and really just believing that I could compete with these people in the top groups. And then, last year in the regional meet, I brought that confidence along with me, but again, I didn't really have that mindset before at the regional meet where okay, I can compete with this top group. So I think last year was a really good learning curve in terms of the conference meet, and then definitely for the regional meet, and just being if I put myself in the top 10, I could have a shot. And I think I really carried that with me this year, not only through conference, but at the regional meet, just keeping that in mind. And, with the year before, I think it really gave me the confidence that it could be possible.
Ben had a great season. He won the IC4A meet, and he won the conference meet in different types of races, and then to really compete at the front of the NCAA regional meet really helped him. And obviously, when he did all that, it helps the team.
My thought process was definitely there are people out there that are quite fast, and that the really high-end competition is really next level, and that preparing for it, you need to really be dedicated. It was a great experience, and I think hopefully if I can get there next year, I'll have that experience in the bank to use.
I think it just shows that we're doing the right thing, and we have our minds in the right place, and you're always thinking about it, you're always focusing on getting to higher levels. I think it's a natural course of action for that to happen. Now we just got to use those individual qualifiers as motivation for the rest of the team to say we can do this too, and we come together as a team and we're consistent in what we do. I think the next step and the next progression for the team as a whole is an obvious move forward.